All right, we got a quick one. We're sitting in an 06 Mustang that's stuck in park. Let me show you. All right, we'll put the key in, turn it all the way forward, put our foot on the brake, and we're stuck in park. This little button won't release, and we can't move our selector. Now, if this happens to you in an emergency, you can pull this little cover off, and there's a manual release. You can use a key or whatever you have, push it in there, and it'll manually release this, but that's a hassle. So we want to find out, why is this stuck in park, and how can we fix it? So inside that shift lever is a solenoid that locks or unlocks a pin that either allows or disallows that button from being pushed. It's supposed to unlock when it recognizes that you have the brake pedal pushed. The brake pedal has a sensor on it, and there's a monitoring computer called the GEM. When that computer sees that you put the brakes on, then it sends electricity to the solenoid, and then that solenoid activates, unlocks the pin, and you can push the button in. So there's a few things that can go wrong. First, that brake switch. If the brake switch is faulty, then it may not let the computer know that your brakes are even being applied. So that's an easy test. All we have to do is go in the back, have somebody push on the brakes, do our brake lights light up. So let's do that first. All right, I'm gonna go in, push on the brakes, and we just wanna see, are our brake lights turning on? Here we go, brake on, brake off, brake on, brake off, brake on, brake off. Well, what'd we see? Nice, we saw our brake lights working, so we know our brake light switch on our brake pedal is working properly. But is the GEM seeing that the brakes are applied? For that, let's hook up our scan tool. With our scan tool, we want to go to System Selection and GEM, Generic Electronic Module. Once we're in, we're going to read data stream. We want to see what the GEM sees. So we'll just scroll down, brake switch input status. So does it see that the brake switch is working? So right now, brakes are not applied, and we have an inactive state. So let's go ahead and apply the brakes. Active. Brakes off, inactive, brakes on, active. Brakes off, inactive. So our generic electronic module is seeing that the brake pedal switch is working. So that lets us know that our wires from that switch to our module and the module itself are okay. With it active, our solenoid should be allowing us to push this button and get it out of park, but it is not. Perfect, our brake switch is working and our GEM is working. So what's the next step? We could check powers and grounds going to our solenoid. In order to do that, we do have to pull out our center console, but I'll throw you a little tip. On this particular vehicle, these Mustangs, those solenoids are notorious for going out. And these solenoids are not replaceable on their own. You have to buy an entire shift select lever, all assembly together. Because I know these are common failures and we already checked some other failure points, we're gonna go ahead and just replace that selector. So let's do that together. On our center console, we'll lift up this lid, and there are two screws, one right here, Phillips head, and then one right here as well. So we'll just pop these off real quick. All right, once those are out, we'll pop this up, but actually first, we have to pull this little trim off here. Let me get my screwdriver. We'll just want a small little flat screwdriver. We'll pop right in between and pop up. It should come up pretty smoothly. There we go. It's not held on too tight, just a little beauty trim. We'll set that aside. Okay, now we got this off, so just pull up. Perfect. There we go, out of the way. Get it off our thing here. Might have to wrestle with this two-handed. Let me do two hands real quick. Okay, got it. The trick is to tip it up forward like this. So that just comes out. Perfect. Now we want to pull this off. We have two 10mm bolts right there, and then two 8mm up front. Oh, I lied. These front ones are 7mm. All right, we'll set the brake again. This whole thing should lift up. There we go. I'm gonna set you down on a camera stand real quick so I can use two hands. Hopefully that's not too crazy of an angle. We'll close this lid here. And this whole thing, I'll move these little guys. They should just pop out. Now we can move this up and out. Perfect. Now there is one connector inside. Pop that out, and that should be good. There we go. Just set this in the back. There, now we have full access to our selector. There are four 10mm bolts and one electrical connector. disconnect that electrical connector, get our bolts. All right, we got this loose. Now let's go underneath. There's a few linkages we have to disconnect. So the best I can do is roll up stand, so it's a little tight under here, but we want to go to the back of the transmission, right where the drive line starts, into the driver's side of it all. You can see right there is our shift selector. We need to pop off that linkage. There's one right there, so we'll disengage that, and then the second one is right back there. We'll use a little pick or a screwdriver and we'll disengage that as well. I wish I had room under here to show you exactly how to get those off. Let me see if I can hold it with one hand like that. There we go. Got it. Now the front, let me see if I can zoom you into the front. There's a little tab here. You push in, you'll see a little spot like for a bolt hole, but it's a tab, so you push it in. There's another one on top. So you just have to get both of those. I'll have to do it two-handed. All right, got that partially out, and you can see, hopefully, that little hole in the bottom, and right here's a little tab. So let me get that off the rest of the way. There, got it. So it's just a little cockeyed in there, that's why it wouldn't come out. You can see a little closer, those little dimples there. That's what locks it in place. So we need to push that little arm back out of the way while we slide this out. So I was able to slide out the bottom one just a little bit first and then hold it while I slid out the top one so it wouldn't relock on me. And the tool I used, let me show you real quick, was just a big fat angled pick like this. I have a link in the description if you need any tools, but just a big fat pick. So that's that. We are done down here, at least for now. Let's go up, we'll pull that top one out, drop the new one in, and then we'll come down here and put all these links back on. Just so you know, while I was doing that, because that one had to be pushed up, I just put our nuts back on just to prevent this from moving on me. Let's pop these off again real quick. All right, and this just comes up kind of at an angle. There we go. Set that aside somewhere. Put on our new one. That goes in like that. Okay. Boom, locks in. We'll go ahead and put those nuts on just to hold it in place. Alright, we'll just snug these down a little. Perfect. Not all the way, because we still have to align the front and get those two bolts in. You know, let's just do that. Nothing preventing us from doing that. And just good and snug. I don't have a torque spec, but use your judgment. They don't have to be crazy tight, but you do want them good and snug. All right, now let's put this in park, because that's how we took the other one off. Pull that thing off. Okay, let's go underneath, hook it back up. All right, that is it. I did not take you down with me, but we got them all plugged back in. I'll turn the camera around. Let's see this thing work. All right, here we go. Put the key in the ignition, all the way forward, foot on the brake. Perfect. Let go. Won't come off. Do it. Perfect. Nice. That's it. We're fixed. So putting this back together, we'll just throw this down, pop this lever up. All right, watch our wiring. Don't want to get anything pinched. There we go. We can plug in a little thing back here. Perfect. And this goes on up here, goes underneath, kind of slides forward a little. I'll put these screws back on. Just snug, you don't want to over tighten them and strip it out. All right, now we'll get our little side trim on. That should just all snap in. Perfect. Do this side. Get my grubby hands off of it. There we go. Perfect. Now we have this thing. We'll go on like that. Pull this up. There we go. There we go. Just snap in the front, in the back. Let's see, where did we put those screws? Where did I put them? Oh, they're back in here. Okay, I think the chair's in your way. You can't see. I'm just putting that back screw on. Well, both back screws. Perfect. Then we have our two nuts back here. Again, those do not have to be super tight, just snug. just so when you go over a bump, your center console doesn't fly out. Okay, now we'll just put all this stuff back in. All right, we can fit a lot in there. Okay, let's put our little top trim on here. This does go on only one way, apparently. Okay. There we go. Nice. Let's try it one more time. And that won't work because the brake's not applied. Apply the brake. There we go. We're in business. All right, we got this fixed. Just a quick repair video, and all we're looking for, do we have brake lights? Check. Is the gym seeing that brake light switch? Check. Then go ahead, replace the selector, because that is the common failure, that solenoid. And unfortunately, you can't just replace the solenoid. You need the whole selector. But not too crazy putting one in. I have a link in the description for the parts and tools used for this repair. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.